right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blackwater Report. I'm Ken, and today's special guest is Mr. Dean Light, who is here to talk to us a little bit about his campaign for the District 4 seat here in Santa Rosa County. He is here today to talk to us a little bit about himself, about some of his thoughts on District 4, Santa Rosa County, and we welcome him in here to share a little bit about it. So, Mr. Light, thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Ken.
Of course.
Be here.
So, first question always, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, of course, I'm Dean Light. I've been in the area 42 years. First in Okaloosa County for 20 years, and then I've been in Santa Rosa County now for 22 years since I retired from the Air Force. Been married to my high school sweetheart for 48 years. Still happily married to the same person.
Very good.
Yeah. And I spent 26 years in the Air Force and retired from that in 2004. Some of the things I learned in the Air Force, of course, went through all the levels of professional and military education, where I learned to supervise people, think strategically, apply different leadership styles to different situations to achieve, teamwork and positive results. Few of the jobs I had while I was in the Air Force, got to cover 26 years here, so briefly, but
Quite a few, I would imagine.
Yes, you do all kinds of things in the Air Force, yeah. But one of them was a quality inspector. Another one was I was actually a technical advisor to the Egyptian Air Force.
Okay.
Where I spent a year in Egypt. Great tour, probably the highlight of my career.
Yeah.
I was able to bring my wife and boys at the time over for about 6 weeks during the summer to tour Egypt, which was,
I bet that was neat.
chance of a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And I actually work directly with the Egyptian Air Force.
Very cool.
And I also monitored a contract between them and General Dynamics.
Okay.
Really, really cool tour. I've also been a flight chief twice in two different areas for, 75 to 100 people. And I've been a squadron maintenance supervisor for over 600 people, responsible for the maintenance of aircraft and the back shop work.
Right.
I've deployed several times around the country and in Canada, and also to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia in support of Operation Southern Watch. And after I retired, I went to work for Crane Electronics in Fort Walton Beach for 17 years. First as a maintenance supervisor and facility manager. And then the last 4 years I went to Georgia Tech and got a certification for environmental health and safety. And I became their full-time environmental health and safety officer, which, I wrote a lot of policies for them, implemented different safety practices to, improve safety in the plant. The last 8 years, part of it, I was still working. The last 3 years, I haven't been, 3 or 4 years. My wife and I built from scratch a little retail store in Navarre called Pickett's Art and Antiques. And, we host markets every Saturday on the back lawn. We have over 30 people out there, small business people trying to make a living, right?
Yeah.
Earn a few extra bucks. And we help them along. One of our big success, about 2.5 years ago, we had a couple come in, and I'm not going to mention their company name, but now they are in 6 states and 45 stores.
That's awesome.
And I talked to them a little bit ago, and they're looking at expanding to about 100 stores by the end of the year.
Wow.
That's one of our big success stories that we've had just by putting on our markets.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really good. Local business.
Hey,
we love it. Good. Well, all right. That is fantastic. That's some really good, positive experience you have there. Okay. So now we'll jump into some of these political questions, and we'd like to know what led you into politics in general, and why District 4?
Well, politics in general, my wife and I have always we've always followed national, local politics, statewide politics, because it's something that just interests us.
Right.
So we stayed up to date with that. And I was actually involved, I've been involved, of course, with the Chamber of Commerce in Navarre, helping them out, volunteering for them. As a maintenance person, I helped them develop a checklist and stuff for their facility, just volunteer. And then I've also been working with a local group down in Navarre to identify and try to improve accessibility and walkability of Navarre.
Okay.
A lot of people get in their cars and, they just drive somewhere because it's really difficult to walk a lot of places. So being involved with that, this candidate, the position opened up basically.
Right.
It's not open, right? I think it's still in it, but, and I'm like, well, I understand that there was supposed to be somebody else running. And a few months ago, I found out that person wasn't going to. And I'm like, well, why not me?
Right.
I looked at it as an opportunity to continue my service, military, serving the corporate world for 17 years. And now I can serve, District 4 in the county of Santa Rosa County.
Absolutely. So very cool. Yeah. Continued service.
Continued service.
Yeah. It does. It's rewarding.
It is.
It is.
It very much so.
Okay. Now let's see here. So our next question is, we're talking a little bit about the growth of Santa Rosa County. As it continues to grow rapidly, how would you balance the growth with preserving our community's character and quality of life?
Well, in the business we have, we meet a lot of people, not only locals, but we meet people from all over the United States. They come here to vacation, right? Talking with them, a lot of them come here because they used to go to Destin or they used to go to Pensacola, and it's just gotten way overcrowded.
Right.
So they're coming here because of the unique situation we have where we have unpopulated beaches,
right?
And not only the beach, but our natural areas and stuff. That being said, okay. So I think we need to preserve and maybe enhance what we have instead of changing it.
Right.
We don't want to become Destin because then we lose them people.
Right.
Some areas we can enhance is, we've set aside a bunch of conservation land.
Mm-hmm.
And I know working with Vernon, Vernon?
Yeah. Mr. Crumpton?
From from Longley.
Yeah.
I know he's in the process of making them more accessible, making them walkable, not only for visitors, but for our local residents.
Absolutely.
So that's something we can do. If you think about it, where else in the world do you have just really undisturbed farmland?
Yeah.
You have sandy bottom beaches, that you can canoe and tube down.
Right.
And within 30 minutes, you can be on the Gulf and enjoying the beach.
Yeah.
Not too many places have that. And that's very unique. We need to preserve that.
Yeah. It's a really great place. And when folks show up, that is what they notice. They get that diversity of farms on the north end, beaches on the south end, and all of it is just, it's beautiful landscape.
Yeah.
And they really enjoy it.
And what I hope to do by talking with citizens is, let's create a vision of what we want to be when we grow up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that, a vision that not only respects our history, but also just enhances the diversity of what we have to offer.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's a beautiful place. It really is. Okay. Now let's see here. So next is a little bit on the traffic and infrastructure. As these two topics remain major concerns for many residents, what specific improvements would you prioritize?
First off, I'm convinced that we need to get the PD&E done on the Navarre Bridge. Yeah, it's hard to me. It makes it more difficult to go out for funding unless you have that done. Right. Secondly, continue to work with our neighboring friends from Okaloosa and Walton County on that stretch of 98 between there and Navarre, and widening it. But at the same time, I think, because that takes a while, sure. At the same time, I'd like to work with the county on maybe creating more of a grid pattern, especially on the eastern part of 87, to where if something happens on 98, some of our traffic can get off of 98 and get home. Right. Hopefully not all of us down the same road.
Right.
But, like I say, a grid pattern can handle more traffic than adding an extra lane to 98.
Right.
Yeah. So it gives you an option when something does happen. And then last but not least, Highway 90. The coming into Milton stuff, they've improved it by changing some signal timing. And there's been some movement on it now with Commissioner Smith. But we need to continue to work on that so we can get that taken care of also.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a concern of a lot of citizens. We hear it all the time.
All the time.
Okay, very good. So let's see here. How, we already spoke a little bit about local business. How would you support, or I guess in your case, continue to support local businesses while attracting new economic opportunities for the county?
Well, so I just say one thing you spend locally. During my campaign, I've had to go out and buy campaign signs and stuff like that. I've purchased them locally. Right. I have noticed some other candidates have gone to Alabama, to purchase their stuff. So, let's support our own. Yeah, right.
Shop local.
Shop local. Some other things that, concerns of mine with the property tax maybe being reduced, and okay, now the county may be looking at ways to make that money up. I would highly discourage the county from trying to raise business taxes to make up for it.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of mom and pop businesses out there, us being one of them, sure, that our property insurance has gone up, the property tax has gone up. There's probably a lot of them that are right on the verge of not being able to be in business. Right. So I would discourage the county to look in that direction, look in other ways to make up that money. Right. And another thing to look at if we have the money is before we had stride grants. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but it was a local county government thing where they offered grants, usually a matching fund grant, that would help improve our businesses, whether it be a facelift on the front or a nice sign, or maybe a parking lot improvement,
right?
Little things like that make it more invitable, right? Attractive to other people to go do business.
As the front of the business, something like that. Okay.
So that's something we look at. And then back to infrastructure and road improvements, right? If it's difficult to get somewhere, are you going to go there? Probably not. Right. I'll go on past that one. I'll go somewhere else. Yeah. So that our infrastructure falls right in line with that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. You wouldn't want to tax those small businesses into non-existence.
Right. And that is we don't know what's coming down the pike right now, right? We can assume, but that would be one of my, things okay, we really don't need to go that direction.
Right. Definitely a concern for sure. Alrighty. So let's see here. What is your position on protecting Santa Rosa County's natural resources, waterways, and rural areas?
I think I pretty much covered this already, but obviously we need to do that.
Yeah.
That is something that we have that other people don't. We need to protect it with everything we got.
Yeah.
And like I say, enhance it to where we can enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Not only visitors, but as citizens. Again, working with Vernon, I know he's working on some the conservation land down in the Navarre. He's done some up here in the northern part of the county where, putting in walking trails or biking trail.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. We need more of that. We need to, I'm glad we have people like Vernon.
Yeah, absolutely.
To do stuff like that. But yeah, we need to preserve that every way we can.
Yeah. Preserve it. It is a beautiful land out here. Our waterways, our beaches, and we have some of the best top tier soil in the country.
We do.
Right here in this county, which is
If you don't believe
great.
Take a drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, when a little while after I started running for this seat, I've taken a couple drives just to go up, to Jay and see the farmland all around there. I mean, I didn't know the Jay High School, there's farmland right across the street.
There sure is.
I mean,
That's right.
that's very unique. I love it. I was raised on a farm in my little years, and it sort of brings back memories of that. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. We don't want to lose it.
Nope.
We don't want to lose it. Okay. So let's see. Our next question is, how can county government improve transparency and communication with residents?
That's my job. If I get elected, or shall I say when I get
Right. Yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah.
I not only the county residents, but especially my district.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that they assume something's happening, they don't know where to look. My job is to help them learn where to look.
Right.
Whether it's a county website or someplace else, or who to go to get the right answer.
Right.
I'm having a problem with this or that. And if I can advise them on the procedure or, who to go see, then they feel they've been helped. They feel they've been heard, and they feel satisfied because their government's working for them. Yeah. So again, that's my job.
Yeah. Point them in the right direction.
Point them in the right direction.
That's right. Okay. Let's see here. So, next question is, what are the priorities, what are your priorities for public safety, emergency management, and now that we are officially in hurricane season, what are your thoughts here?
Safety should be a part of every decision you make, especially at the county commission level.
Right.
If there's not a safety element in it, we need to put one in it.
Yeah.
How does it affect the safety? A recent item that's come up is the cameras on school zones.
Yep.
Now, it's been proven to reduce speeders through them zones, which is great. Yeah. The thing that went with it, the flock cameras, I'm a little concerned about.
Sure.
And it's not because of safety. It's infringement on freedom of movement and privacy's rights.
Right.
So I think we need to be a little cautious of that. have some good policies in place if we're going to use it.
Right.
As far as disaster, hurricanes and stuff like that, I actually visited the new emergency management facility.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you've been over there. State-of-the-art facility. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah. Really nice.
Talk to the people there, and that's something near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
We need to support them in any way we can, because that's when something happens, that's our hub. Whether it be a ham radio operator because everything else is out,
Right.
or whatever. So we need to make sure we support them. And you got to think of that back. Gosh, what was it? Ivan was our last major hurricane.
Oh, yeah. 2004.
2004. That's over 20.
Over 20 years now.
How many people have moved into the area since then?
Thousands. Tens of thousands.
Thousands. So, as neighbors, helping out neighbors, make sure they're, the new people are okay, right? As commissioners, as I saw Petronas put out a little flyer, it's a hurricane checklist on the back of it, right? Yeah. Just anything we can do to help get them, the new folks,
Right.
up to speed.
Yeah.
And then another look, we're growing as a population of visitors.
Yeah.
Our visitor population every summer is growing, right?
Right.
So we need to make sure that the hotels and everybody has the information that what are we going to do with the visitors? They should probably be one of the first, I hate to say it because they're spending their vacation money.
Sure.
But they should probably be one of the first people that evacuate the area.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And are we teaching them? Are we informing? A lot of people don't worry about it until the time comes.
Yeah.
But is the information out there that if it's hurricane season, fill up your car when you park it in the garage. So if you have to get out of here, you don't have to stop at a gas station.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our gas stations run out of gas.
They do.
Right. Because everybody panics and goes and fills up. So that's another thing that we could do to help out our visitors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some of the newer folks or those that are tourists that are in the area. They're not going to have necessarily the resources or the experience to deal with the aftermath of a hurricane.
Right.
Power's out, water's out.
Right.
Your phone lines, your data lines. When all the towers are knocked down, and there's one tower left in 3 counties, and everybody's trying to use that same cell phone tower. Well, it's just,
it jams it up.
It jams it up. That's right. So certainly it's something to think about and consider. We didn't have any major storms last year, which was kind of amazing, almost a bit of a shock. But we're in hurricane season right now, so folks, stay prepared. And if you've never been through one, ask somebody who has been through one. They will tell you all about it, I'm sure.
Yes, they will.
Okay. So let's see here. All right. Now, if elected, what would be your top 3 priorities, or at least something that you would immediately address once you are your first year in office?
Top 3.
Top 3, or at least some of the yeah. There could be more. There could be quite a few more.
As I've been campaigning and get petitions and infrastructure, and infrastructure, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm all joking aside. But I'm really convinced again that we need to complete that PD&E for the Navarre Bridge.
Yeah.
I think that's as District 4 Commissioner, that needs to be one of my main focuses, and whatever it takes to get that done.
Yeah.
Because if we take that step, I think we have a better chance. We can't build it, right? We don't have the funds.
Right.
So we're going to have to ask for funds. So once we determine exactly what we need, it's going to be easier to get them funds.
Right.
So that's number one. The other thing I'd like to do is figure out a way. I don't know yet. Sure. I'm going to have to ask a lot of people.
Yeah.
I want to figure out a way to open up more conversations with the citizens.
Okay.
You know, whether it be town hall meetings, over the, the internet. All right. There's got to be a way that people feel they're being heard. So, I want to figure that out.
Yeah. More open dialogue.
Open dialogue.
Yeah.
Whether it's me being all over the county at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. That's not possible. But, I want to be approachable.
Sure.
To facilitate that. And last, I think I've been looking at the budget and I've had a conversation with the staff. But I want to understand the budget. I want to learn all the different funding sources that our county gets money from.
Yeah.
And what they can be spent on. That way I have a better idea and can support or push our county, not push our county government, but making sure that we are spending money on our needs versus our wants.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Needs come first.
Yeah.
They have to.
Right.
So that'd be the third step.
Yeah. Yeah. We need some infrastructure.
We really do.
We need good
order. We are years behind.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a focused effort to catch up.
Yeah.
If we can ever catch up with the pace of growth that we have.
Oh, well, and that's a part of it, really.
Right.
Is we have not just growth, but a substantial amount of growth, so much so that, and now we're kind of in a catch-up phase of getting that infrastructure sorted out. So, and that Navarre Bridge, it has been some time that it's needed to be expanded, some improvements, and I've been on that bridge several times where it was Navarre had their Mardi Gras.
And it's hours.
And it's hours backed up on the bridge. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Mardi Gras there on Navarre Beach was a really good time.
Yeah.
But it backed up traffic for hours. Any major event that happens out on the beach, the bridge is everybody's just kind of stuck.
Right.
And it's either you take the bridge or you're going to have to go all the way over to Pensacola.
And a lot of people do.
And then get into that traffic.
Yep.
So,
yep. And we talked about it earlier, hurricanes, as our tourism grows and there's more and more people out on that island, we need to be able to get them off.
Right.
So that is a big safety concern.
Yeah.
But, granted, the bridge we have will probably last, 35, 40 years, more, but it's functionally out of date.
It's kind of almost to a point of a safety concern, really.
Yes.
And
the other thing, I don't know, people may not know it, it doesn't conform to navigation standards of 65 feet.
Okay.
So it limits what can go up and down the sound.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So you got a whole separate issue there.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Now let's see here. Now, before we get to our last question, we'll ask about some of this communication that you were talking about. Many residents feel disconnected from local government. What would you do to ensure their voices are heard and represented at the county level?
Again, it goes back to open communication. I need, as a county commissioner, I need to be available. I need to be accessible. Just saying, I saw him up on stage, but I couldn't talk to him.
Right.
And I need to be accountable. So however the citizens get a hold of me, whether it be a text message, an email, or one-on-one because they see me out and about at an event, or just see me out and about. I want them to feel that they can approach me and ask if they have a question, ask me a question, right? And it's a little bit harder when when you're just out in the open because unless you can take notes really quick, right? Email's great, because then I have a place to respond. If I don't know the answer, I feel as a commissioner, I need to get them the answer, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So if I do all them things, then I think they will feel like they've been heard and represented, right? And when an issue comes up, it's my job to get out there and talk to them before we go to the board and vote on it. All right. The citizens should know what's going on. So if I can get out there and talk to the citizens prior to, whether it be a month, a week, whatever, right, and get their input, then I can take their input into the boardroom,
Into the meeting. Okay.
into the meeting.
Yeah.
And if they're really against something, it's my job, especially if the District 4 people are really against something, and it doesn't have to be just District 4, right? But it's my job to express that to the rest of the members, rest of the county commissioners, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are the people you represent.
Yep.
So those will be the ones you want to listen. I mean, you represent the whole county as a whole,
Yeah.
but certainly your district,
Right.
those living in your district.
And I won't, if somebody from another part of the county calls me, that's fine. I've had a gentleman since I've been running calls me and says, I can't seem to get any answers on this, right? So I took it upon myself to go to the staff that, should be answering that question for him. Yeah. And then I informed him, I called him back and informed him, this is how you need to be doing it. Little things like that. Yeah. Just makes the citizens feel that you're representing them. Yeah.
Yeah. And you are representing them if you do stuff like that.
Yeah. Going kind of, you taking that step out there,
Right.
to be in front of those issues.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. We have gone through these questions pretty quick. We've knocked them out. Very good. So our last question is, what message would you like to leave with the District 4 voters as they prepare to cast their ballots?
Be informed, do a little research. Of course, to me that comes natural because my wife and I've been doing it for years. Right. But be informed.
Yeah.
On who you have running. Yeah. Most importantly, get out and vote. Yeah. Don't assume that your candidate or the one that you would support is going to win. Right. You got to get out and support your candidates. The other thing is, and I think we've sort of covered it already, is if you have a question or you don't know how I stand on something, ask me. Yeah. I have a website. I have a Facebook. I don't want to go back and forth on Facebook. Sure. But you can give me if you have something, give me a contact info if that's how you want to do it. And let's talk about it one-on-one. Right. And I've told this to several people. I can't represent you if I don't have an opportunity to talk to you.
Sure. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Excuse me. So, if someone was going to reach out to you, where would they go?
So you can go to my website, deanlight2026.com.
Okay.
You can call my number.
Yeah.
I have cards. It's all out there. If you go to the website, got my number, everything else. My email is there.
Yeah.
So that's the best way to do it is just go to my website. Yeah. You can find out how I stand on issues because I post on my website how I feel about some issues. They're not all there, but there is some there that you can look at. That's the best way.
That's why. Yep. All right. Well, folks, if you have any questions, anything you want to ask of Mr. Light here, reach out to him on his website. Send him an email. Give him a call,
Yep.
and he'll get back with you. He wants to talk to you, so that's the best way to represent. All right, everybody. Well, again, this has been Mr. Dean Light running for District 4. That is the Navarre area. And we thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming in and talking to us today here at the Blackwater Report. And until next time, take care.